has taken me a very long time to make. Why? One, I was lazy, but two, it's just I had to come up with good reason of why there aren't many hijabis playing sports. It's just, there just aren't many hijabis playing sports. And I just have been thinking for quite some time and coming up of multiple possible reasons why there aren't hijabis playing sports. For those of you who don't know me, hi, my name is Sara. I am a parkour athlete, and as you can tell, you cannot miss it, I'm a hijabi. I've been playing parkour for about 7 years. I am a second-degree black belt. I'm a rock climber. I'm an adventurer. Just an athlete. I started wearing the hijab when I was 20, discovered parkour when I was 20, started practicing parkour then, started getting a lot of attention, competed in American Ninja Warrior in 2018, competed in multiple parkour competitions between 2018 and 2021, and I can tell you, and counting with my fingers, how many hijabi athletes continuously practice their sport that I personally know. And I'm here to dig into why there aren't more. And here's what I've come up with. Brace yourselves. This video is not brought to you by 7 Leaves, my favorite all-time boba. I know there isn't boba in here because it's 7 p.m. and I don't want it to bother me at night, but 7 Leaves boba milk tea, so good. Anyways, so I have a list. There are 4 reasons of why there aren't many hijabi athletes. First one, culture. I'm an Arab woman, okay? I've grown up all my life observing, experiencing what being an Arab is. I am a very proud Arab, and being Arab is a very, very, very beautiful culture to experience. Now, growing up as a woman who is Arab, surrounded by a community who's Arab, who influenced to shape you of what you should become, is very demanding, pretty demanding. Most of the Arab society wants you to be a doctor, an engineer, or a lawyer, or anything that's just big named, right? But we're not gonna talk about what your parents or your family wants you to become. No. What is shown a lot and told a lot is that you cannot, as a hijabi, which is what I have become in the past 7 years, you have to be presentable, feminine, you have to be wife-worthy, right? And so you always have to have this pretty look all the time. As a hijabi athlete myself, I'm gonna be brutally honest that because of what I do, it's going to be harder for me, in my opinion, to find someone to be with me in the long run, right? Because usually women who are approached are more feminine than I am. And I've accepted that because I'm not going to change who I am for somebody else who wants me to be what they envision to have. So from my personal experience, I don't have the generic job that is, expected in the community. I want to be the first hijabi in the stunt industry. I become the first hijabi on American Ninja Warrior. I want to be a hijabi athlete. I want this to be my source of income. But by the way, if you haven't subscribed and liked this video, put the notifications on. I'll give you a sec. Okay. Growing up in that culture is going to be more difficult to break out of the shell of what people expect you to be, because once people see what you are able to become, the possibilities of what you can achieve, the people in the society will also break open their shell and become a light of support. And from my personal experience, it has been positive along the way. It's just a matter of you and how far you want to push to get to that goal. Jeez, that was a long one. Alright, number 2, men intimidation. This goes back kind of to number one, but I'm going to specifically talk about women actually working out in the industry, right? A lot of women don't even want to step into the gym and work out and do all this stuff because other men, sorry guys, harass women and intimidate them and put comments. And I mean, I've personally experienced some, not all. There are more supportive men than women, but it's those inappropriate men that just ruin the whole drive, the whole experience for women. It's difficult for them to get started. But again, to the point of how far you want to push it, right? That's my take on it, because I've talked to many women who are intimidated to even get started, to push themselves to where they can be. I definitely have a separate reason for you of what to do to move past it, but I will get there. Well, number 3, culture and society, they do come hand in hand. But society itself will put you in this bubble, will influence you to become what they want you to become. And growing up, trying to pop this bubble was very difficult. When I first started parkour, my parents did not approve of it at all. My first experience as a hijabi with parkour. I started parkour same year I wore the hijab. I was the only hijabi in class. I was the only girl in class. Did I care? No. Did they care? Absolutely. Why? It was a man's sport. A man's sport. That's why they didn't want me to play or even do anything about it. I was 20. I was already an adult. But culture keeps you in this bubble, and it will continue to keep you in this bubble until you pop it. But you gotta poke as many holes as you can. It doesn't take one poke. You gotta break it. My parents finally understood and supported because of the work that I have been doing. There's a lot more work to be done, and I have to continuously prove it to myself that I can make it in this industry and prove it to them, because this is not a normal job. And I would rather be in this hard-working environment where I thrive, where I'm driven, where I'm passionate, than be at a desk job where my creativity is locked up away. It's hard to break out, but that's another reason why I think there aren't that many hijabi athletes, is because culture just keeps them in this bubble. And I get it. I get how difficult that is. We're moving on to reason number 4. The concept of staying feminine. Now, what does that mean? Being an athlete in Muslim society, Muslim culture, is not considered feminine. I don't know if you've experienced that, but for the longest time, and I'm still experiencing it today, playing sports is not considered feminine in Muslim culture. And specifically for me, Arab culture. I can't play with the guys. I can't work out in the gym because other people may think that I'm not being feminine, you know, or I'm not in the right environment. You want to go out, you want to better your health, you want to do things. And in today's society, in today's culture, in youth, I think a lot more people are confident in themselves compared to my generation, which is great. It's amazing. The concept of being feminine, of not doing things correctly, and is still an obstacle to hurdle over, especially in the industry that I want to be in. I'm a 2nd degree black belt in karate. I fight. I use weapons. My mom put me in karate class, but I'm not sure she knew how far it would go, which is fine. But considering this to be my career, you know what I mean? Who knew it would take that route? If you're worried about the concept of being feminine, then don't even consider that a problem, because you are doing your own thing, and keep doing your own thing. And that goes to the final point of what I want to wrap up with in this video, of everything that I've learned of becoming a hijabi and becoming an athlete, and combining those. For one thing, yes, clearly I'm a hijabi. And I wore this 2-piece hijab on purpose. Usually, I would definitely wear a wrap for this video because I play sports in this hijab. I want to show you like this side. I've always shown this side, but you know, there's a certain time and place for everything. But anyways, different angle, my bad, but my camera died. Anyways, just to combine everything that I've learned growing up, of breaking the shell through society, through being what's considered feminine, through the culture, through the men intimidation, biggest thing that I've learned, and please guys, you gotta put it in, you gotta implement it into your lives. This is very simple. Not to care. Not to care. And focus on your drive. It's the simplest thing. You hear everybody say it because it's true. If you don't focus on you, if you don't focus on your goals, if you don't focus on your passion, someone else will get there. Imagine if someone told me, hey, you should stop parkour because it's not feminine and it's for guys. Imagine if I did that. Where would I be today? Would I be happy? Probably not, because they're gonna continue living their lives, but I'm the one who's gonna be thinking, what if, instead of do. So with all those reasons of why there aren't that many hijabi athletes in this industry, I want to help you push through that with that lesson of keep focusing on your drive. Keep focusing on your passion. Keep focusing on what you want to do. If you want to be an athlete, if you want to be anything else and you have a passion for other things, it's the same exact advice of not to care and keep focusing on your goals. If you guys like this video, please like, subscribe, and share. And I hope to see you in the next video.